How are you guys?
How are you? Jeff and I are meeting Brent and Megan for an early dinner tonight. And whenever we get together, you never know where those conversations may go.
I want to hear your French pronunciation on the menu.
Brother.
I'll critique you.
I'm not doing that.
Do you know what
Tuna
you
melt.
want?
Gruyere.
Very good.
Thank you.
Le tuna ne quoi?
Niçoise.
Niçoise.
Of course.
Hello. Welcome to Boulangerie.
Ooh, thank you.
Don't laugh, it's not that funny.
Yes, it is. It's
Can I get
French.
you all an appetizer to start?
You know, your hummus looked good. Your hummus plate.
It's excellent.
great. We'll try it.
Okay.
Thanks.
So did you guys notice anything?
He's a very good-looking guy. We have a very open relationship. And this is just one more way we try to be open. And I found it's more freeing to just acknowledge, yeah, that is a beautiful man.
I'd say you need a little more of the masculine butch. You need more of the all-American guy.
That's your type.
Well, yeah, sure.
You're giving me all of this? Sweet.
Husband and wife baking cookies together, the picture of domestic bliss.
He's very easy to travel with.
But the marriage of Tanya and Jeff Benyon is anything but typical because Jeff is attracted to men.
He's a very good-looking guy.
So then why not live your life as a gay man?
It just felt like there was something more for me. It just felt like I was selling myself short.
But you don't just turn a switch. I mean, this is...
No. It was a really gradual process.
Jeff and his wife Tanya are devout Mormons from Salt Lake City, Utah.
The only acceptable expression of sexuality and romantic feelings is within a marriage between a man and a woman.
So Jeff has chosen to have a church-sanctioned marriage and control his feelings of same-sex attraction.
My attraction really is mostly 90% towards men. I'll notice men 9 times for every woman I'll notice.
Your husband is sitting next to you talking about his attraction to men. How does that make you feel?
I'm attracted to men too. So I don't know that it makes much of a difference. And he could be checking out the girls just as easy as he's checking out the guys.
Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like and comment. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Make sure you have that notification bell on. Cousins, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to all of my new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Cousins, a few weeks ago, I did a poll on my community post, basically asking if anybody have heard about this TV show called My Husband's Not Gay. And a lot of you guys have not heard about it. So let's get into it because as you can see from the clip, it's a mess, baby. Call it what you want. And I know they're going to say I'm homophobic, but I can never be with a man who's fantasizing or wanting to be with another man. But that is just me, okay? I prefer a man that prefer women only. It's already a lot dealing with the man who already is looking at other women, and now you got to deal with a man that looks at both? Oh, baby, you are strong, okay? And cousins, I'm not shaming anybody. Love who you love who loves you, enjoy yourself, be who you are, live in your truth, okay? But it's just sad that the husband feel like because he's Mormon, he has to marry a woman to put up this facade. And he said 90% of the time he's looking at men and the other 10% is women. So he's really gay. It doesn't matter if you never succumb to your feelings. If you feel like you want to be with the same sex, I mean, what does that mean? Like, just because you think that you've never done it. And I feel like he's been with a man before. Like, comment down below. Do you feel like he's never been with a man before and he's only like fantasizing about it? I feel like he has. Cousins, unpack your thoughts in the comments. Would you date or marry a man who knowingly has feelings for the same sex? All right. Would you still date him? Would you still marry him? Would you still have a family with him? And would you really believe that he does not want men and that he will only be faithful to you? Because that's another thing. If you're having these fantasies, why not live in your truth and be with who you really want to be with? Why do you want to go and make it seem like you really want a woman? If you don't, then you don't. Just because you're religious, if that's who you are, live in your truth, whatever that is. Live in it. This facade is just, it's too much. We're not going to do too much talking because we have a lot to get into. Let me know how you guys feel about this situation. Unfortunately, this show is no longer on air. TLC only came out with a pilot and then they cut cut that thing off. I wonder why. Okay, when it comes to the Mormons, they do not like their business on TV, but their business is always on TV. Unpack your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about this situation. Would you marry a man that is actually interested in men? Would you marry a woman if you're a man watching that is telling you, like, hey, I'm interested in women, but I'll still marry you and be with you as my husband, as your wife? Let me know how you guys feel about this. Bye.
Jeff says the choice he made to marry a woman is not an effort to change his sexuality.
My sexuality isn't a choice. I agree with that. My faith isn't a choice either. This is a deep, deep part of me that's very important to me. So my challenge is to reconcile this, and I feel like I've been able to do that.
The two insist they're like any normal couple, even in the bedroom.
So how would you describe your sex lives now?
Perfectly
Great.
normal.
Yeah, enjoyable, normal, fully functional.
Though Jeff compares resisting his attraction to men to being on a diet.
When I'm having sex with her, I don't fantasize about her being a man. An analogy I could use is, I love donuts. I mean, I would eat donuts 3 times a day. But I desire to be able to fit in my pants in the morning too. But am I miserable? Am I lonely? Am I denying myself because I don't eat donuts as much as I might like to eat donuts? I'm not. And in fact, I desire to live a healthy lifestyle, and so I don't eat a lot of donuts.
Jeff and Tanya are now going public, even sharing their story on a controversial new TLC special, My Husband's Not Gay.
I'm attracted to my wife, for sure. And I'm definitely attracted to men, too. He's a good-looking guy, for sure.
Not gay, the show's stars say, because they do not act on their homosexual feelings, even if they are open about having them.
Since I'm not seeking same-sex relationships, I don't think of myself as gay.
The special follows Jeff and Tanya and other couples through the challenges of life in a mixed orientation marriage.
So why do a reality show?
Good question.
Yeah. I think people are familiar with the idea about a self-hating, repressed homosexual who's married to a woman but is kind of miserable. That's not my experience. But this is something that works for us.
Their unique arrangement works for them now, but it wasn't always that easy.
So where in the dating process do you tell Tanya that you're attracted to men?
I was after a year and a half, which was, in hindsight, way too long. It's either break up or tell her, and I didn't want to break up with her.
He says, I have something to tell you. So I thought he's going to say, I love you, and instead, I'm attracted to men. And I did not know what to do with that, because I thought, okay, does that mean we're over?
Did you tell other people?
With one of my best friends, and I said, he told me he's gay. And she goes, I told you that twice.
So how long did it take for you to come around on that?
6 weeks, actually.
Yeah.
Because those 6 weeks were really hard. I asked tons of questions, often not the right way.
Some of them offended me.
But from that rocky start, the pair came to an understanding about their differences and were married only months later.
One of the things we joke about is I'm mad that she got to kiss more boys than I did before we got married.
Still, the deck is stacked against them. Studies suggest 50 to 85% of mixed orientation marriages end in divorce.
We've had divorces, for sure. And we've had men that have fallen off the wagon and cheated on their wives.
And Jeff and Tanya are not alone. Pret and Megan, together 8 years, are the parents of 3. And Pret says he also has same-sex attraction.
What's your other favorite color?
Turquoise.
Pret finds support with his friends, a group of men who are all attracted to men. Together, they help each other stare down the face of temptation.
What's the danger score?
The danger scale goes from 0 to 4. A 1 on the danger scale is you notice, you look.
4 pretty much means you're requiring restraints.
2.5.
Really? I'd go higher than that.
For some people watching, they would look at this and say, you have a bunch of men who experience attraction to other men, hanging out together. This thing is a pressure cooker.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. The heat actually gets turned down, ironically enough.
Nightline first met Pret 4 years ago when he was seeking support somewhere else, at a program that attempts to help men overcome their unwanted same-sex attraction.
If I don't stay focused on what I want to become, I'm gonna get stuck. I'm going to stay stuck. And then I turned to the homosexual behavior.
In 2000, the American Psychiatric Association stated that conversion therapy programs are scientifically questionable and that reports of cures for gayness are not substantiated.
I did experience definite levels of depression, and those days weren't easy. And I'm grateful for them because they've helped create the days that I'm living now.
Experts say the depression he experienced is not unusual in cases like this. Studies show repression of sexual identity can lead to depression, anxiety, and even thoughts of suicide.
Yeah, I think he's a great looking guy, but then I like the swimmer's build.
My Husband's Not Gay has come under fire by LGBT advocacy organizations. The president and CEO of GLAAD has called the show irresponsible, saying no one can change who they love, and more importantly, no one should have to. By investing in this dangerous programming, TLC is putting countless young LGBT people in harm's way.
What do you think?
He's a good-looking guy, for sure.
But TLC argues that the show is actually about inclusion, saying TLC has long shared compelling stories about real people and different ways of life, without judgment. The individuals featured in this one-hour special reveal the decisions they have made and speak only for themselves. It's a sentiment echoed by the show's stars.
We're not going to get up on the pulpits and tell people what to do. All we're there to do is say, hey, this is how we live, and this is how we found happiness.
We love each other, and there's not going to be anything that will change that for us.
For Nightline, I'm Alicia Menendez in Salt Lake City.